1997 was a year of loss. For those of you who may remember, Woolworths closed its last remaining U.S. stores that year. There was Princess Diana and Mother Teresa. O.J. Simpson lost his civil case. Evander Holyfield lost part of his ear. And Southern Idaho lost its Amtrak passenger service. And since then, there's been several lurches forward to try to get the Pioneer Line back. There was even an $80 billion earmark from Biden's America Jobs Plan to boost passenger train service across the country. Except the plan skipped Southern Idaho completely. Then a few weeks ago, there was a meeting at the Boise Depot. And there, Mayor Lauren McLean met with Amtrak officials to talk about a high-speed rail service to run to Salt Lake City. She even got Governor Little to sign on. So why a push for passenger service to a place that's only, well, a 5-hour drive away? Here's Joe Paris.
It's been 25 years since a passenger train traveled out of the Boise Depot. From 1977 to 1997, Amtrak ran service through Boise on the Seattle to Salt Lake route. Boise Mayor Lauren McLean is working to make that history tidbit a new reality.
We're working hard to bring folks together to make sure that we can be considered to have a train route from Boise to Salt Lake City.
Tonight at Boise City Council, the mayor's office will present the support they have in their appeal to the Federal Rail Administration to get passenger rail service back to Southern Idaho.
We submitted a letter to the administration to consider the route. We've got the governor's support, mayors from throughout this region, all the way over through Southern Idaho and into Eastern Idaho, and we have the support of the delegation as well. So really looking forward to doing all we can to compete for consideration for a connection to Salt Lake.
There are certainly ways to get between Boise and SLC. The Boise Airport offers at least 5 nonstop flights to and from SLC daily. Greyhound Bus, also for example, offers a couple of trip options daily for the thousands of people that travel between the Utah capital and Southern Idaho each year.
Why are you and your administration pushing for this? Of course, right now you could take a Greyhound bus down there. Of course, you could fly out of Boise. What makes the train special?
We want to have as many opportunities for our residents to move from place to place as possible. We want to be able to connect our communities in the region, connect to the Air Force Base in Mountain Home, connect to Pocatello, and then of course get to Salt Lake. Think of all the students that move back and forth and the different opportunity this would provide folks to move more easily from one community to another.
This idea is not new. There's been chatter about getting Amtrak trains back to Boise for a number of years now. The concept, though, was made more realistic in recent years with the Biden administration pledging significant investments into passenger rail service. Mayor McLean says Amtrak noticed recent community support here in Idaho.
Just a couple weeks ago, we had about 40 or 50 folks here in the depot meeting with Amtrak to discuss this. And what Amtrak said to me then was they hadn't seen the level of community support that we were able to muster, and that's a great sign. And sure, we're going to put our best foot forward, seek to have this route looked at so we can be connected to Salt Lake, and if it doesn't work this time, we're going to try again.
It is early in the process, but there is an interesting element that Boise and other major cities in southwest Idaho already have to make the idea a little more realistic.
The city of Boise owns this beautiful train station, and there will be opportunities if we have this route to invest with the Department of Transportation into making it ready for train travel again. And we have the same opportunity in Caldwell, where Caldwell owns the train station, and in Nampa, it's owned by a nonprofit. So already we've got great bones. We've got the track that through our city, the city owns, and then great partnership beyond to do all that we can to make this possible.
Data from Boise and Salt Lake City show there is significant travel for leisure and work between the two cities. And outside of interstate travel, Idaho and Utah rank very highly in terms of where visitors are coming from in each respective state. Now, this is a preliminary step, I should say, but the support Mayor McLean has for her pitch to the Federal Rail Administration seems significant, but we will see. This campaign is focused on Salt Lake to Boise, Brian. You've probably heard in years past that there was conversations about connecting Boise to Portland or Seattle. That didn't seem to go well over the last few years, so this is a very targeted approach now to kind of get Boise on the Amtrak map. The Boise Mayor's Office has been working with the SLC Mayor's Office to kind of coordinate through this project they're working on. You need the agreement from both cities to do it.
So you mean the Boise Depot could be more than just a wedding and event venue at this point? But I guess Even back in 2009, when Senator Crapo tried to get this going again, it was always about cost and whether or not this would be cost effective. It could be, whether even that is going to stop it from getting started.
Right. Well, the Biden administration has put billions of dollars into this project. And as you highlighted a few minutes ago, Southwest Idaho kind of missed out on this first round of, okay, Amtrak's going to start putting up some new spots. We missed out on that, but it's not over. The funding's still there, and the mayor's office is very passionately pushing towards this. It'll be interesting, though, to see where this goes. If this were to get approved and this were to get added up, I mean, this would be years into the future.
Well, when we talked about that funding, I guess it would have been last year, Amtrak did tell us, look, we're interested in it if y'all are interested in it. So if you can get everybody else involved, we'll certainly listen to what you have to say.
And that's why that meeting at the depot that the mayor's office had with Amtrak was so important, because, again, the mayor telling us Amtrak was very impressed with the support they saw here at the depot. It would be interesting, though, to have that concept, Boise to Salt Lake, a 5-hour train ride. If you've never been on an Amtrak train, it is very unique. Of course, they have the economy, they have the business class. It's also a train that you can sleep on.
Might take more than 5 hours, though. You got to stop along the way.
You do. I was rounding up from the car.
All right.
We'll try it out when it gets here, Brian.
Thanks, Joe.